Welcome again to Fruitful Investment Strategies. My name is Kalambai, and if this is your first time, please subscribe and be part of this channel. Follow us and like our video. Share with the people that you know. Let us know what is going on. Look, the know-how. You can have all that you have minerals and stuff, but if you do not have the know-how of how to fix things and how to create new miracles, engineering, or how to create progress, invest in the industry, if you do not have that know-how, you are just wasting your time as a nation. I think every nation on the earth should invest on the know-how of its citizens, on the know-how of its people, on the know-how of its society. Many times we as Africans, I'm saying Africans because most of the time it's actually Africans, we invest in minerals, exploitation of our minerals, while we cannot actually exploit the minerals that we actually have. We do not even have the possibility to map our what? To map our minerals in the country, in the nation, and everywhere we are. So that is one of the things that is very, very, very bad, that we actually can claim to be the richest, but yet we are the poorest. Why are we the poorest? It's not because we have the minerals that makes us automatically rich. No. You can have the minerals, you can be sitting on the wealth of billions and billions of dollars, but if you do not know the value of what you have, you are still a poor man. A poor man is the person that does not know the value of what he has. If we know the value of what we have, we will invest in actually giving value to what we have. And many times we do not know what we have. We do not consider what we have. So we work with diamonds without knowing what the value of diamond is. We sell it to people, we do not know what it is, and that is very sad. Look, I'm standing on a railway right now, but the know-how is actually of this country, is Norwegian. They have invested in the know-how. They have documented how they do the work. They have a history which lays across and knows everything that lays across here. Everything is documented, everything is well followed up, everything is well put in writing. So they have everything on that. And on the other side, they invest on their people, ingenuity, engineers. They invest in the engineers so that the engineers can actually take care of what they're doing, and the engineers can actually have the knowledge of how things can be actually done. They have invested massively in the know-how, in the ingenuity. Look at this railway. This railway, it's a lot of know-how. It's not just building the railway, but there is actually the know-how how to do it. You can't just build it like this. You have to know how to build it. The iron that you see, there is a knowledge that comes behind it. The blocks, cement, the cement that you see here, you have to know how to do it. The iron to attach to it here, you have to know how to do it. Or the cables that you see on top here, you have to know how to do it. It is knowledge, it is technology, which we, other people, do not have. And when we have to invest in our countries. We have to call for companies from abroad to come and do it. And when companies from abroad come and do it, they have the know-how, and the know-how is very expensive. The know-how is very expensive. You can have minerals which create iron, but if you do not have the knowledge of how to make this iron, to industrialize it and to industrialize it, then your minerals are worth nothing. Because the technology that goes into producing these metals that you see, is actually more expensive than the minerals itself. The know-how, the human mind or the human capacity that comes with it is much more bigger than the mineral itself. It's much more bigger than the mineral itself. So you can have the minerals. You can actually do whatever you want with the minerals. But if you do not have the know-how of how to do with these metals, with all that we have here as minerals, if you do not have the know-how, you will never prosper, my friend. So Africans, as I'm saying, they should really invest in engineering. Engineering is the most important thing that you can invest in. Engineering brings with it productivity. Ingenuity brings with it actually jobs. It brings with it actually understanding of how to do things. Engineering is the most important thing that African states can invest in. There is a lot into engineering. Creating a needle. I don't know if there is any African countries which makes a needle. A needle, just making it needs an engineering. It needs design. It needs really know how to make that little needle. It's cost little, but it's very profitable because you are selling a little bit of it at a certain price, and that makes it a lot. Let's say a machine which is producing millions of needles in 1 hour, and you are selling those needles at $2 a price. You see how much benefit you have for that. And the materials that you actually use to make those kind of minerals or those kind of needles, they are not as expensive as the needle itself. So you see that the know-how is very important. But Africans have invested in things which are not really very important. You can build a house which inside is just bricks, and that house has no value. You need to build something which you need to give value to what you have. And that's what we lack. Giving value to our properties, giving value to our countries. Our countries are just deliberated. We have the richest countries and the richest nations in the world, the richest continent in the world. But what happened? It's not given value. As long as you have the land is just land, but you have to give value to the land. That's why God told to Adam that till the land. He invested in making the garden, and that gave it value because it was garden, and you call it the Garden of Eden. It was a magnificent place. God gave it value. But if you read in the beginning, they say the earth was void. The earth was void. Why was it void? It had no value at all. But the thing is, no matter what you have, no matter what you are given, if you do not increase the value on it, it's just a waste of your time, a waste of your good time. I'll show you one thing. This place, you can see buildings. Why is it that you can see buildings? It's because they have been given value. The value, people has given value to it. And what had more value to it? It's actually the infrastructure you can see. Gives much more value to this place. The infrastructure you can see, the railway stations, When you have a house which is near a railway station, it's much more expensive than a house which is actually in the forest by its own. When you have a house which is near a city center, it's much more expensive than the house that you have far from the city center. Why is it? There is value added to it, and that comes with actually a price. But the thing is, we do not want to pay a price. We call Chinese to come and to build our railways. We call people or Chinese to come and to build our roads. But when they get destroyed, who is going to do that work? When the Chinese goes, who's going to do that work? Who's going to fix them? Our money keeps going to the Chinese. Our money keeps going to the Europeans. Our money keeps going to the Americans. And what happened? You are the losers at the end of time, because you do not know, you do not have the knowledge, or the know-how has not been invested in. And who ends up losing? It is us. And now you can see the know-how is actually going to China. China has really invested massively in the know-how, and their engineers are everywhere. China produces more engineers than any country in the world that I know of. And the Chinese are wrapping up the world know-how. A railway station can be built in few days. We are talking about few days, guys. And with tremendous technology into it and tremendous know-how to do it, and the quality is much more higher than any quality I've seen in the world. Why? Because these people have massively really invested in the know-how. They've massively invested in their infrastructure, in their engineers, and in the education system. So a Chinese engineer can calculate much more faster than an European engineer can do, or for that case, an American engineer can do. Americans are lagging behind, and they are very far behind to the Chinese, because the Chinese now, the know-how that they have, they're implementing it, and they have much more higher result than what we have. So guys, if you have children, do me one favor, invest in engineering. Engineering is the key to the next world. If you want to have a world that would actually benefit from the minerals that we have, from the minerals that we have, from the things that we have, the soil that we have, invest in engineering. You want agriculture, invest in engineering. You want construction, invest in engineering. You want railways, invest in engineering. Whatever you want, engineering is the key. So see you on the next one, and tell me what you think about this. Yeah, like this video, share and subscribe.